You need a tank.
You need someone in front. Yeah. And he also has more minus armor too. They can take out Roshan fairly easily if they ever get the opportunity. So I like the BB pickup.
Yeah. An ancient rule of thumb from World of Warcraft, you know, and going for those raid bosses. Gotta have it. Alright. Oh, Jesus. These Shadow guy needs new gloves.
Hey, it's nice. You don't miss the action.
You also can't see the action sometimes. Alright, let's run through our drafts here. We might have a little engagement top lane. Doesn't look like it, but yeah. On the dire side is Team FNATIC. Come with me, the Darkseer. I'll have Ryze supporting him on the Skywrath Mage. The Patani on the Weaver. Ward already dropped to in the off lane. That was placed by Ace. Appears to be a solo off lane Jakiro for now. Normally we see him more in the dual lanes. Arise, your Brewmaster, and for Na'Vi, of course, their opponents. 1-0 so far in the Summit 2. We've got FNATIC on the Batrider. That puts Dendi with the Arcana. Nice to see that on the Shadow Fiend.
That Arcana is sick.
It really is. FNG, the Treant Protector, Havos, the Bristleback, and Vangscore, the Bane. It's one of the best Arcanas in the game. I actually didn't like the concept art when I saw it, but they've been implemented well. I still don't really like the new Shadow Rays animation. That's not really an issue with the Arcana. Like waves his arm and then like a raise appears later. Doesn't feel fluid.
This is cool from FNATIC. You don't see this very often. He used Firefly to cut down these trees earlier, so he can get better vision of where the supports are at all times, and he won't get fogged. Batrider already has very limited vision in the daytime compared to almost any other hero in Dota.
What is his AoE?
It's like 1400, I think.
Okay.
Everyone else is 1800, or almost everyone else, like not Night Stalker, but for the most part it's 1800.
And he has normal nighttime vision, right?
I don't remember. They tweaked it a little bit, but it's fairly normal. Normal enough.
Normal-ish. Okay. Mid lane, we will see Dendi getting this better early block here. He'll be able to last it under tower, and he's actually gone for the raises level 1. It's something that we saw Arteezy started to do a lot, I don't know, 5-6 months ago, and I guess the idea is basically you just secure your bottle early on, and you can catch up in souls a bit later.
I mean, the difference in between the time that you're level 1 is very, very little. It doesn't make that big.
It's just a one wave.
Yeah, it's commonly seen in the TA matchup, but versus Panda, I don't think Panda's that difficult of a matchup. In terms of being able to last it.
Yeah, Dendi does have that bottle now, though, so. Very least to be able to regen, and.
Uh-oh, Batrider.
Not having fun here. What's Ryze gone for? It's an early point Arcane Bolt. No concussive. Too much kill potential yet, but that could change, and they are running a 4-position Darkseer in the jungle. Mentioned the Jakiro offlane, but I wasn't sure Come With Me would actually stay here. Something we just don't see much of anymore.
Yeah, I fully expected Jakiro on top lane.
Do you think it's gonna work? So far, the Jakiro's doing okay bottom.
Yeah, it looks okay.
They have a pretty weak killing lane. Sleep into what? Leech Seed, I guess?
I mean, if they can get away with it and the supports aren't messing with the mid lane, then it's not a big deal. They're actually getting a lot out of it. They just have one extra person farming.
A little skirmish for the bottom rune. FNG gonna take some liquid fire harass, but he secures the double damage rune. He's probably gonna skill Leech Seed now, and he gets Fog going for Ace, who flaps away to safety. There's no boots up on 3. Why don't we see more trees go for boots nowadays? It was like the go-to build every game when PPD was playing it.
It is, but Leech Seed's just pretty weak at level 1 now. It got nerfed significantly.
That would explain it then. For now, yeah, that's something we haven't talked about is Living Armor is not going to be effective this game. They have Liquid Fire, the Swarm, Skywrath Mage Mystic Flare, and Ion Shell, so...
Dual Breath.
Yeah, 3 could be pretty underwhelming, to be honest.
Yeah, I generally...
Overgrowth is really good against Brewmaster, though.
Well, I think really good Brewmasters will dispel it. AoE, but I actually haven't seen... I don't know why.
Does it dispel it?
It should. I don't see why not. You can Manta out of it, so...
Yeah.
I figure you can.
Because I've seen Brewmat, like, especially in China, like, the teams will pick Tree to counter Brew, but it just...
I actually don't...
Never dispelled.
Yeah,
Maybe it's just something people don't... That spell is criminally underutilized in general.
It is. I remember you could, like, dispel Sprout trees in Dota 1.
Could you really?
Yeah, they were, like, summoned trees.
Yeah, they weren't, like, real, like, map trees, I guess.
Yeah, there's some wonky interactions with that. But all in all, very passive early game. This ward in the opponent's jungle will hinder their farm a decent amount, and Skywrath will be forced to do other things instead.
I do want to point out, Dendi is just wrecking this mid lane now. 18-4 on his Shadow Fiend. He's zoning Arise out of the lane at this point. He's getting free farm. No ganks as of yet, and FNATIC, if he spotted out here, concussive shot will come through, but not too much they can do about that. At least not without backup. He is going to walk in and come with me, but he can just kite him over the tree line if need be. Although he's now down in the river. Take a lot of harassment, and while that was happening, Dendi just solo killed the brew. Oh man.
Triple race.
Yeah.
Jeez, he's level 6 now. He's level 6 4 minutes in. That's absurd.
He was free farming mid, but free farming mid and killing the brew are two very different things.
Yeah, Arise is actually a pretty good solo mid. Surprised that he gave up first blood. I was watching FNATIC as well.
Yeah, that one's on me. Definitely didn't expect that.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Obviously a fantastic start for Navi in that department, and they're doing pretty well elsewhere. In theory, you do look at FNATIC getting a bit more off the map running the jungle Darkseer, but if you're giving up kills to a solo mid Shadow Fiend, then that is not a good trade.
Yeah, I think the Skywrath should have tried to pressure him a little bit. Yeah, they have the Treant Protector, but at the same time, you just can't let Shadow Fiend do whatever he wants. He's probably one of the worst heroes to lead alone in solo one, unless you have a heavy lane dominator.
FNATIC is still getting his levels off lane. He's been under some pressure, but trying to shut down the Bat Rider is not easier said than done, that's for sure.
I wonder if it's going to be like a... or Dendi.
He loves to even like... I've seen him just go like boots bling, but... Yeah, he's already picked up the glove of the pace. That definitely won't happen, and oh, he's going to be sad now. No points of action, can he TP out? Gets the burn. I think his corpse actually... No, it didn't make it to base.
He got punched by Darkseer.
Meanwhile, top lane, there's going to be more action onto FNATIC, who found a solo kill on the Scarth Mage, but Hani looks to turn this one on him. He's got Sakuchi, no time lapse, has to be careful not to immolate, and this might be where the living armor turns it. Hani gonna... Oh, close. He had the stick charges. FNATIC actually trapped now in the trees. They do get that mud shitty kill on the Shadow Fiend, and they're going to Bruce split mid. FNG doesn't have a point yet in Nature's Guise, and even if he did, that boulder toss more than enough to cure the kill.
And dispel. Dispel that.
Yeah. I honestly, I feel like most games you don't even see dispel used.
Except for cycle.
Yeah. Yeah, just for cycling.
So, well, that's a nice change of events.
This be a nice change of events for FNATIC? No, not really. Come with me stealing his rune again. Been under the gun there. Well, despite the death, Dendi is still CSing well. And he may even go for that Midas. That's definitely a possibility. Did not complete his treads.
What is Vanscore been doing? I haven't really been watching that much, but there's no stacks available for Shadow Fiend or for Bat Rider. He's only level 3s. He's not playing like super. He's just been entire time ace. Oh.
Yeah, I haven't seen him towards mid. It's been the tree getting the runes bottom, so I can only imagine Vangscore's just been pulling and sitting. Not really rotated at all. Would like to see him with the TP to potentially protect that Shadow Fiend if they dive him.
Are fortified.
Picked one up just yet. In comes my favorite courier, Justin Bieber. Can't believe anyone... See, it's so bad it's good, man. Can't believe Valve made us change the name. Sad about that.
Justin Bieber.
Savos will dive past the tier 2. He finds a kill on the Jakiro. Now they turn on him. Hani, Sakuchi through, and in for the trade here. Living armor has been used, and Hani can't really do too much more from here on that hero. He'll try to turn to Vangscore instead. They're able to retreat out together. Still diving. He is level 7 now. Low on mana, but has 5 stick charges. Brain Sap. They'll bring Hani low, and Arise with no blink just can't get in too close. He'll try to scurry forward. Does Hani get a body block off? Vangscore? Oh no, magic stick, unfortunately. They may just be able to run him down. Another living armor in 4. It's not going to come in time. Ends up falling, and then Hani time lapses out. Mid lane, Dendi is already pushed down the mid tier 1, and he's just casually farming at the tier 2. Completely out of control Shadow Fiend. 4.1k net worth already.
Yeah, Panda is forced to rotate off the lane to try and help this bottom tower, and the bottom tower is still under heavy pressure. Oh no, FNATIC.
Bit of trouble here for him. Ace will manage to catch him out, but he's also burning the dragon down. The bat trying to finish him off will fail in that, but came very close. Suddenly Dendi's just moving through the enemy woods. He's now picked up his Midas, going back for the treads. That's an 8-minute Midas treads and some gold in the bank to boot. Suddenly it's also Vangscore top lane. He's diving too. Welcome to Navi Dota. 4 kills for them, but it's a whole lot of aggression this early on.
Rises didn't do a good job of managing his...
FNG. Be another Bruce split just to kill off this tree. Not going to bother with that. Just claps him and the living armor won't help you at all.
Dire's
Nice kill
top
for him,
tower
but a
is
haste to
under
Dendi
attack.
marches in. He's looking for come with me.
Radiant's
Surge is there. He's going to
middle
try and
tower
keep
is
with
under
him through the surge. Can he follow him? Will there be a fog juke up and down the ramp? Dendi's ready for it. He turns. He looks for the raid, and nope. Dendi, raise. Oh, he almost got outplayed completely by come with me. Does manage to get it off, and he'll scurry away to safety. No blink on our eyes, so he'll be able to retreat. That was really well played by come with me, though. He almost managed to juke that.
Yeah, and this animation on the raise is way different than the normal.
Well, they changed it in general with the new remodel, right? It's not just the Arcana.
Yep. Brew closing in on Blink Dagger, and Ion Shell Panda is actually pretty good. The Ion Shell sticks under Earth Panda, even after split, which is just massive damage, because that's usually the only one that almost guaranteed survival.
Yeah, I guess the only downside is it's not particularly fast. If you have the Boulder Toss and the Cyclone, you can usually stay.
Pearl Boulder.
Hurl too hard. They do get their Blink on the Brew now, so Blink's up for a rise. Mech. No, it's not a mech for Company. He's gonna go for the Midas. That Bone 7 build in play. Everyone playing a bit greedy on FNATIC. They ran the all-flame Jakiro, but it feels like they've just stretched themselves a bit too thin. They've let the Shadow Fiend free farm. The Bristleback's getting a lot out of the safe lane. The Brew's been slowed down. 10-minute Blink is not terrible, but certainly not the fastest. With Darkseer going to Midas, it's going to put more pressure on the rest of the team to carry the load.
Yeah, and Honey's, I mean, he's going for probably a Lincoln Spear. It's decent versus Bane and Batrider, but you can still get procced by other spells, such as Goo, the Goo. And, I mean, he's not going to have any damage either, and they don't have, like, any minus armor on their team, no Bloodlust, to augment his damage, and he's tending like a wet noodle, especially versus Freedom Protector, too.
Yeah, it's... In theory, Goo is really good against Lincoln Sphere, but it's more just... It's going to be a while before he really does anything. He's not farmed particularly well for a safe lane Weaver.
Well, he's had to move a lot,
yeah.
too.
And I feel like a lot of that's down to the greed. You know, running the jungle Darkseer, someone's got to be moving around to help the team, and a Brew with no blink can't do it.
FNG and kind of in no man's land, about to get blinked on.
They're all trying to descend on this bottom lane, but Handi's going to back off, while meanwhile mid, that's where the other action happens as Rise blinks in, claps, and smacks down the tree. Another death for FNG. Died, what, 3 times now? Yeah, 0 and 3.
At least it's not Shadow Fiend.
Yeah, they've kept Dendi well away. He's going to stick with the team. He's got Mask of Madness as well. Full YOLO Shadow Fiend kill.
Dire's bottom tower
You know,
is
it's
under
towers.
attack.
It's also going to get him melted if they manage to, like, a Brewmaster crit is going to be like a third of his health easily.
Yeah, it's really scary versus Brewmaster. I don't really know how they plan on killing a Brewmaster
Dire's
before
bottom tower
he
has
splits, I
fallen.
guess.
Fiend's Grip, I guess.
Fiend's Grip and
Radiant's
Batrider
middle
Ultimate,
tower
they
has fallen.
probably have to use both.
Radiant's top tower is
The one
under
nice thing
attack.
about the Mask of Madness is I feel like it's
Dire's
less
bottom
relevant
tower
with
is
Shadow
under
Fiend, but it
attack.
does accelerate your farm a bit for things like Ancients. It also, outside of that, he can just raise down creeps anyway, so it's a very risky build from Dendi, but he's certainly known for that style of play.
He has so much attack speed.
Radiant's
Are they going for the
middle
two-man
tower
Roach?
is under attack.
That's
With
what
living armor?
they're going to let
Dire's
Bane
bottom
tank it
tower is under
for a
attack.
little bit. Thing is, Dendi can't... I don't think he can tank this himself.
They need living armor.
No, that's not going to happen. Well, if Roche ignores him, kind of the case right now. 5 heroes top lane for FNATIC. They seem oblivious to this, and with the living armor there, it's
Radiant's
working out.
top tower is under
It's
attack.
actually a pretty fast Roshan, too.
Yeah, here he has 1 point up presence of the Dark Lord, and then he just has so much attack speed right now. Talking about like what, 170 attack speed-ish?
The thing that's really nice about this is, like, Shadow Fiend you don't think of as a Roche hero. It's not like you see an Earthland enemy team you're constantly
Radiant's
scouting
top
for it
tower
or
is under
Lycan.
attack.
I mean, he can Roche, but normally he doesn't sneak it this early. It's certainly not Radiant side.
Yeah, you never expected like a Bane and the Shadow Fiend to be doing it.
And Havo's just going to bait this one perfectly. A just picked up, they're going to jump onto him, but he's already got Buckler and Vanguard. Can they really afford to be committing for him? Doesn't seem like it. The lasso and Ace killing off the Twin-Headed Dragon. The tower went the way of the Jakiro, so they at least get the gold for that, but Roshan and Aegis and your Shadow Fiend, well worth it, and now the Mask of Madness should pay off.
We've only seen 1 Panda ultimate this game. That was very, very early on to kill the Trim Protector. They need to get more mileage out of the Brewmaster. You don't pick a Brewmaster to win fights 20 minutes. You pick him to win from 5 to like 30 minutes.
Yeah, and then you can continue to be a presence with your AC, Vlads, or even an Aghanims, but Thing is, the hero doesn't farm that great either. If you're not getting kills, then you just fall behind. Well, Na'Vi are feeling confident now, Ben. They're going to push through the top lane. They'll also look to defend bottom. FNATIC TPing there. Hani, come with me. Ace all grouping up, but who leads the way for this squad? It's really just the Brew that can do it, and he's off farming mid.
Yeah, they have to have the Brew for FNATIC just use delay tactics too. And fire flying, and they don't have the tower siege. Sure, they have level 4 liquid fire, but no one to tank it.
This is like a pure pub Shadow Fiend, but now he's building a Shadow Blade, which did get improved in the latest patch a bit. Oh, the break damage was increased by 25, so not the biggest deal.
Bristleback has his Crimson Guard. Yeah, he seems a little squishy just by his items, but with Crimson Guard and with Living Armor and with Overgrowth, Defensive Sleeves, and all these hard disables with Bane Ultimate, Batrider Ultimate, they're going to have a hard time locking down, especially if Panda continues to play this passive.
Plus the Aegis. How much do you really want to throw at that Shadow Fiend, even if you kill him once? He's just melting towers right now. He'll double raise the way of killing it off, and the Great Observer and Na'Vi are confident to take this one. FNATIC expecting the Shadow Fiend early game. Seems like they're paying for it now. He's just a tower killing machine.
Oh, they dusted! He tried to immediately split out Van Score. My goodness.
He just tried to go in solo, huh?
Well, he went in with an Invis and Van Score just randomly dusted and just immediately gripped him while he was trying to split. That was fast reactions by Van Score.
Yeesh. I guess they were expecting the clap split and then TP everyone in. They'd left 4 bottom during that. That's a great play from Na'Vi. They must have seen the rune get picked up.
Yeah, they must have. They did not catch them by surprise at all.
Unless they thought the Weaver was just running in, but he's a much more difficult kill. Wrap Dendi around now. Shadow Blade's online. Find a kill and come with me. Got to come into range for a couple raises. Now he surges forward. Oh, come with me. You've gone the wrong way, my friend. You got to surge the hell out of here. Look at those auto attacks from Dendi. Brings him down to half just from that. Now Arise will blink, clap, and split, but he's caught nobody with this. FNATIC able to blink out in time. And now the boulder toss from long range on a Vank score, but he's kept alive. And
are people even taking any damage?
No, not really. That Crimson Guard doing some serious work against the Brew split. Everybody forced back. Na'Vi's still at full HP. The Darkseer down already. Macro Pyre's been expended. Still the Aegis stands. Crimson Guard too strong versus Brew and Weaver, it seems. They're going to lose Ace now. Dendi gets aggressive. Double kill for Havos. Na'Vi driven back and completely just overpowered here in these fights.
Dendi's just making people look silly.
That Crimson Guard did a lot of work too. Especially against like a hero like Weaver, who normally doesn't have the highest base damage, but just has multiple attacks. And a Panda really shuts them down. Yeah. Loving these item selections from Na'Vi.
They just don't have that much damage. Generally, Jakiro and Skyrath will be your damage dealers, but they can't really lock anyone down just because the Shadow Fiend kills them in 2 hits.
Looks like they do want to jump in, but there's no Brew split. There is a level 1 Darkseer ultimate. Fortunately, he went for that second point in Surge and the max back, so he doesn't have it yet. Try to go on Dendi, but he's got a Requiem. Will zone the rest out. They get back into an Ice Path, but right as it ends, didn't really do too much. Then Arise blinks and clamps in. Good AoE damage. FNT gonna drop here. Havos still standing strong, but Van Score aside. They'll have a fresh Shadow Fiend coming back to life, but he comes back to life. Died of an Ice Path. Has to run out of here. Van Score, Dendi, and Havos all retreat. It was a 3 for 2 and an Aegis. Now, well, they're coming back into the fray. Dendi's gonna finish him off and turn this one around. Ouch. Na'Vi just raises. Wreck him. 5 heroes dead. They'll take the first lane of Rex in 17 minutes. Man, they just got destroyed.
Dendi's out of control. They just didn't expend any resources to just keep him down at all. Yeah, they have the Darkseer jungle, but as you said, it doesn't really leave anyone else to roam around. Skyrath gonna be able to kill him that early, and they try to get him to die with the Brewmaster with Ion Shell, but it was just too little too late.
Man, you go back to the draft where they banned Arise's Magnus in the first phase, and you just gotta wonder, like, would it have been different if he had gotten one of his signature heroes instead of this Brew?
Well, Magnus does not have an easy time versus the Shadow Fiend either. Yeah. But at the same time, he's probably more comfortable with it than Brew.
I feel like the issue wasn't his laning; it was more just.
Well, you can't die to a solo Shadow Fiend.
Yeah,
that just can't happen.
Okay, well that wasn't it.
Maybe he underestimated Treant armor. I'm not exactly sure what happened there, but then he was still at like 300 HP when Arise.
He's going in mid lane. He's got a pace turn up. He's looking for an easy support kill. Probably about to find Rise here. It's only going to take 2 or 3 auto attacks. 2 auto attacks and a raise. That'll be it. Down the Scarith Mage goes. And
This is almost a Daedalus, too.
the 18-minute Daedalus, Mask of Madness, Midas Shadowblade treads. And a bottle to boot. I mean, from here, it's just like a Satanic and your gravy. Well, not Satanic, I guess, since he's I don't know. Maybe an MKB for the Brewmaster. Just more damage for Dendi.
BKB is a safe build.
Sleep Arise. Grip will follow, and the struggle continues for our Brewmaster. Dealt with by Na'Vi. Rough game for FNATIC. Nothing's going their way. Team fights are inadequate. The Roche sneak wasn't scouted. They gave up a first blood mid on the Brew 1v1 against Shadow Fiend. They didn't shut down the Bat Rider. The Dark Seer in the jungle hasn't really done anything yet. Can they hold the second lane of Rax, Ben? If not, it's pretty much GG.
Yeah, it was looking okay for them at the start, but they haven't really been able to coordinate anything and get any mileage out of Panda Ultimate.
And the problem is this push is coming a lot faster. They don't have as much time to sit back and wait for a good opening. The Bat Rider's going to jump in, goes for the lasso, finds Come With Me, pulls him deep back on enemy lines. The raise from Dendi will miss. That gets up the back wall. The Shadow Fiend Illusion will be fairly scary, but he Requiems to clear those off and cover the path of retreat as Arise brings the fight, blinks in, claps, and doesn't want to split just yet. Meanwhile, Havost has gone full aggression mode into the tier 4 towers. Now the Overgrowth comes through, holding the Brew in place. No Dispel being used. The Overgrowth will wear off. Ghost now jumping back in onto Ace. Will he commit to this one? Yes, he will. Trying to finish off that Jakiro. Na'Vi just committed to the tier 4th, but it's Dendi who's focused on objectives, taking out the Rax during this time. Funnick will die, but he gives his life for the greater good. Well, maybe he won't even die. So Reaper unable to finish him off, still chasing for it, but he's cliff skating. Now he blinks to the south. They're going to Sleep Arise and bring him down again. Dendi gets the kill there as well. Na'Vi looking like they might be back in form here. They're not just handling bag, they are absolutely swamping them. Dendi will get caught in a nice pass here. Classic overextension, but this time it's after the game is pretty much in the bag. Really not much FNATIC can do from here.
He was hoping for double crit super lifesteal.
I think he's just having a bit of fun here. Come with me. Is in pursuit, but Vangscore's invis with a gem. Nature's guys to cover him, and Firefly once again. Bat Rider retreating out to the north. FNG is also invis. Might even get a courier here. No, that courier's going back to base. I don't even know where FNATIC go.
Seems like
Ace. He's been pursued out, found by the Bane.
This seemed like a pub game.
It really does. Especially the Dendi Shadow Fiend build. The kind of chaotic team fights.
The lack of coordination from FNATIC.
Just some of the unfortunate things, like the Brew walking into a random dust. It's like the type of thing that you just... Oh my god, idiot Brew. It's not... Like, how would you expect that to happen?
Poor Eyes.
It's just a very random game. But good random. That's where Na'Vi thrives. They're not going to find Come With Me. They'll lasso him, pull him back, straight into Vangscore and Avost, and another easy kill for Na'Vi. Yeah, with this many lanes down, you can't leave your base against the Bat. It's... Honestly, I'm a little surprised they haven't GG'd out, but we'll see if they can fight on here. Hania's picked up a Desolator. He opted to skip that Lincoln's. That leaves him with 950 health against the Bat, the Bane. Struggle City.
Yeah, they're just lacking, severely lacking in damage. They have no way really to take on the Bristleback. He has like 2,000 HP, he has 20 armor, he has Crimson Guard active.
No, they have a way to take down Avost. They just have to bait him into diving the T4 towers of the fountain. That's the solution to Avost. Tantalize him. They'll macro fire him, they set up the ice pad, but he gets force stepped out of that whole combo. A bunch of spells basically wasted. Even a Brewmaster split used, but it's so much commitment for the Bristle, who's still healthy. They're going to bring the tree down, but it's right into Overgrowth opportunities if he wants to use them. Oh, he just did, but really accomplished too much with that. Ghost popping the quills. Funnick now blinking out. He's still at half HP. They're absolutely fine through this, and now Dendi's going to find that Requiem because he looked to unload. Go for another takedown here. No, he's just right-clicking heroes to death. 3 dead. Arise probably next. Well, no, maybe Come With Me. Gets back in, continues with the auto attacks, and finishes him off too. 4 to fall. FNATIC, gluttons for punishment, will finally GG out. I'll pause it as they do. Game over, man.
Okay, Rise.
Game over.
Okay, Rise.
No mercy. Too easy for Na'Vi. 2-0 now. Stump 2.
That was Stomp Fest. No point in analyzing that.
It's just ugly. Ugly.
Brutal.
Painful.
Poor Rise. He's also really good with OD. But Panda does not seem to be his strong suit.
Nothing else
guy.
to analyze, like you said. That was just brutal, man.
Pub. That's definitely the closest to a pub game that I've seen a competitive game resemble.